But check out the blue. There's a freaking frog right here. What the freak? Alright, so I'm supposed to be getting some guppies today for the guppy pond that we set up a few weeks back. And I don't know if you guys remember when I said this in the last video. And by the way, the guppies that I ordered for the guppy pond last week, they should be getting here either sometime today or tomorrow. I'm hoping they get here sometime today because it's a very sunny and warm day out today. It's really nice outside, and tomorrow it's supposed to be like storming all day. Well, they didn't come yesterday, and it's now the next day, and it's now raining, as you can see right there on the windshield. So, I've actually got to head into work today, but let's just hope that when I get home today, the box is not like drenched in water. So I don't know, we'll see what happens though, but I'll see you guys in a few hours. So it's actually now the next day, and the guppies just now got here, and I already took them out of the box to see how they were, and believe me, they look nice. Now before I show you guys the guppies, I want to give you guys a quick little overview of the pond. This pond's about 30 gallons or so. It's not fully filled up right now, which is totally fine. I'm not too worried about that, but we have some really big egg rocks along the bottom, and this kind of UV pump right here. It keeps the water crystal clear. However, the pond is starting to grow a little bit of some string algae, which you can see a little bit of right down there on the bottom, but that is not too big of a problem. By the way, the guppies, they'll probably kind of start to pick at that a little bit. But there's a plant that I've been talking about adding to this pond. That was banana plants, and I actually added one of those plants right down there along the bottom a few days ago, and it is starting to shoot one lily pad right there and one right there up to the surface. Now, for those of you who don't know what these plants can do, I set up a tank for my pawpaw a few months ago, and I put 2 of those plants in there, and then when I came back to do the first water change on the tank, about 2 or so months later, the plants had went crazy. Both of the plants had sent lily pads up to the surface of the water, and it just looked really, really cool. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to do the same thing in this pond. So with that being said, here are all the guppies right here. They're all individually bagged. Now I got 3 pairs of red dragon Dumbo ear guppies, and all 6 of them, I've already checked them, they all look really, really good. So let me show them to you guys. Keep in mind that I literally just pulled all of these guppies out of a completely dark box that they've been in for the past 24 hours or so, and they pretty much have about 90% to 100% of all of their color showing right now, which is really, really good. That's one of the males right there, and you can already see a little bit of that red on him. Now, I personally think this is probably the best looking male right here. This one, his fins are just a lot longer than the other 2 males, and he just has a little bit more red on him. Check that out. He is going to look so good in this pond. And by the way, Dumbo ear guppies get that name because their pectoral fins are usually a lot longer than other guppies. So that's why I wanted to get some type of Dumbo ear guppy for this pond, because obviously we'd be seeing them from above, and I wanted a guppy that would, you know, obviously look really, really good from above. This is the 3rd male right here, and look at this. Watch when I hold them in the sunlight. You can see a lot more of their color. Look at that. That is going to look so good in the pond. And then here are all the females right here. Now, why is it important that you get the same type of female as the male? That's so when the guppies start to breed, the strain stays the same all the way through, because you see, when you mix in a whole bunch of different types of guppies, you'll get, you know, other guppies and stuff like that, but they'll come out all different types of colors, and you really don't want that when you're trying to, you know, really colonize types of guppies. So that's why I stuck with one type of guppy, female, male, and if you guys are really wanting to breed some type of guppy and really raise up all the babies to look really, really nice, the best way to do it is to go on eBay, find someone who is literally breeding guppies, and actually order in trios or pairs like I did. Now obviously they won't all look the same, but they'll all be red dragon Dumbo ear guppies. So I'm going to let all 6 of these guppies go ahead and start acclimating to the temperature of the water of the pond, and let them kind of get used to the look of the pond as well. So we'll leave those guys alone for about 20 to 30 minutes or so, and then come back and put them right on into the pond. Now, one thing that I'm really happy about with those guppies is that they're almost fully grown. If you guys remember a little while back when I ordered those other guppies for the guppy tank inside, they were really, really small. They were probably half grown, and they're starting to really grow now and starting to develop a lot more color. But those guppies are literally almost fully grown, so they should hopefully start breeding within the next 2 to 3 weeks or so. I don't know, it might take them a little bit longer than that, but it definitely should not take too long for those guppies to start making babies. Now check this out. I told you guys when I did the overview video of my soft shell turtle tank that I was thinking about taking down the little rock formation over there and actually raising up the water level and then putting in a basking dock. Well, that is exactly what I did this morning, and you can see the smaller soft shell up there basking right now, and there's the bigger guy right there. So obviously it is going to take them a little while to kind of get used to this new depth of the water, but I think they're only going to love it because soft-shell turtles, they love to swim. So I think they're going to absolutely love this. And I also got a new type of coral yesterday for the saltwater tank. That's that right there. It's called a pipe organ, and it almost looks like little bitty flowers, but it'll kind of start to spread across that little plug and then eventually onto the rocks, just like the zoanthids are starting to do. As you can see, they are looking really nice if the clownfish will get out of the way, but they seem to look better and better every single day. But the hammer corals are doing great, so are the candy canes, and whatever that little thing of SPS coral is doing good as well. Now I showed you guys what the two little Siamese algae eaters had done to this tank a few videos ago, and I mean, look at this. That right there is incredible. For those of you who don't know, this whole entire area right here across all these little bitty subulata plants was covered in hair algae. So I added two little Siamese algae eaters. There's one of them right there. And over about a week's time, they literally cleaned up every bit of it. There was even some on the Anubias over here. And also the stir-by cories are doing great as well. There's two of them right there. And there's the rest of them right there. Wait a minute. That's only 4 of them. There's supposed to be 5. Oh, there he is right back there. He was hiding. But yeah, they're all doing great. And so are all 4 of the guppies that I was talking about earlier. You can see how well they're starting to look, especially the biggest one right there. They are looking really good, and they're only going to look even better as they start to grow and get more and more color. And if you guys haven't watched the last video, go check it out at the end of this one. But today I kind of added some little river rocks around the plants. This is what I was kind of thinking of, and as you can see, it just makes it look a little bit better. So I'm going to keep this scape in the tank for a little while, just leave it like this, and I might change up a few things. But right now I'm really liking the really simple look of the tank. And by the way, the lemon cichlid, the pike, and also the 2 Cynodontis catfish are all doing great, and here pretty soon I'm going to start adding some more peacock cichlids back to the tank as well. And our flagtail is doing great as well. He is looking really nice. And oh, look who's coming out, the albino bichir. But what I've started to do over the past few days here in the morning time, right after I cut the lights on, I'll put a little bitty cube of some tubifex worms in the tank, and you can actually stick them to the side of the glass. And that has been getting the bichir to come out more. He will literally come up there to the glass just like he's doing right now and take chunks out of the little cube. And then the little flagtail will come up there and start mouthing at the cube as well. So that's what I've been feeding him as of right now. He's only been in the tank for a few days anyways. But I definitely plan on feeding this guy some other types of foods as well, because I know these guys have a very wide range of types of foods that they love to eat. So I think the guppies have acclimated long enough now, so let's head on back outside and put them into the pond. So I'm just going to take these guys out of the bag and put them into the pond one by one. I gotta say, I don't think I've ever seen guppies be shipped individually. Like literally all these guppies are all by themselves in these little bitty tiny bags, but I guess that is kind of good. Alright, here's one of the females into the pond. Another female right there. Oh, already in the pond. And the third and final female. Alright, and here's one of the males right here, and check out the colors on this guy. Look at the blue. I mean, I know these guys are red dragon, but check out the blue. There's a freaking frog right here. What the freak? Alright, let's get him in the pond. And there he is. Now, I told you guys I thought this one was probably the best looking one, and I don't know how well you guys can see that, but look at the blue. Look at that. And check out the fins once we put them in the pond. I'll give you guys a little bit of a better look at them, but look at the fins on that guy compared to the other one right there next to him. I know they're really hard to see, but you can see a little bit how much longer that one's fins are compared to that one. This one's beautiful too. Look at that one. Man, look at that. Alright, and there is the last guppy. So they're now, all 6 of them are now into the pond, and it is going to take these guys definitely a little bit longer than it would take them if I was just putting them into a different tank, because obviously these guys have been in a fish tank for their whole life, and going into a pond, an outside pond at that, it is really going to take these guys a little while. A few days to a week, I don't know, it could be longer than that, and it might not be as long as that, but these guys are only going to look even better after we give these guys a little time to kind of settle into the pond. And I could even make like a little fish tower right there in the middle of the pond. Obviously these guys will look really nice from above, but it would be nice to be able to see them from the side view as well. So I don't know, if you guys think I should do that, then please let me know down below in the comments. So I'm going to give these guys a few days to kind of settle into the pond and all that, and I would definitely give you guys an update on them sometime in the next video. But they are looking really nice.